In Series 6 form, the Mitsubishi L200 pickup features significant changes. As a result, Mitsubishi claimed to have brought us the most advanced version of this model yet. It's smarter, safer, can tow more, carry heavier weights, and is nicer to sit in. Plus, it's now better equipped, more efficient, and remains sensibly priced. You can see why so many buyers in this segment choose it.
This Series 6 L200 model gets a new engine beneath the bonnet, a much more efficient 2.3-litre diesel offered in a single 150 horsepower guise. With this power plant, there is a 25% reduction in the available power-to-weight ratio compared to the previous 2.4-litre diesel, but because peak torque is delivered 500 RPM further down the rev range, you don't feel the difference that much. And towing capacity actually rises to 3.5 tonnes with a 3-axle braked trailer. That means the gross train weight has also risen to 6,155 kilos. That's one of the highest in the segment. The auto gearbox is also different. It now features 6 rather than 5 speeds. And as before, there's a clever Super Select 4-wheel drive setup, the only one in the class that allows progress at speed in 4-wheel drive on tarmac. Mitsubishi has made a whole range of suspension updates to improve the ride on a paved surface, but the damping still can't match what you get from some key rivals, nor can the feel that you get through the meaty steering. But all of this is relative, of course. No 1-ton truck of this kind is going to ride like an SUV, and if you start throwing any pickup about, you'll quickly discover its prodigious body roll and its tyre squealing limits. Potential L200 buyers will be more interested in further changes made to this model's prodigious off-road capability. Top models now feature hill descent control and a range of preset off-road driving modes, and they'll be pleased to hear that there's more camera safety kit fitted here than is offered by many rivals. Autonomous braking, that is now standard on many variants. The potential WLTP rated efficiency figures, they've improved thanks to that new engine too. This auto model is capable of 29.1 mpg on the combined cycle and 254 grams per kilometre of CO2. Over its lifetime, the L200 series has had many attributes, but it's never been visually striking. As you can see, that's changed with this 6th generation design. Buyers won't much care that what's under the skin isn't very different from what went before. What's important is that this Series 6 model now has overtaking presence, and plenty of it. Inside, the changes are more minor. You grasp a chunkier steering wheel, and through it you view an instrument cluster with a new colour centre LCD display. The seats have smarter upholstery options and extra side support. The doors feature classier inlays. There are knee pads for extra cornering support, and you can now have high-end features like a heated steering wheel, LED mood lighting, and LED interior lamps. The 7-inch centre dash touchscreen, that's the same as before, and it can't be fitted with navigation, but it does now feature Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone mirroring, so you can instead activate your own navigational apps. An extra storage tray is provided for stowage of your handset. Let's take a seat in the back. And once inside, well, it helps that the cabin zone of an L200 is slightly longer than many of its rivals. That's why you're offered slightly more legroom here than is the segment norm. As a result, a 6-foot adult can comfortably sit behind a similarly sized driver, although the low seating position does mean that they have to bunch their knees up a bit. The seat cushions feature the expected trio of 3-point belts, and behind this bench here, there's room to store tools and other items that you might want to keep out of sight. What about practicality and costs? Well, this cargo bed is no larger than it was before, which means it's 475 mils deep and 1470 millimetres in both length and width, but it can carry a slightly heavier 1,080 kilo payload, or up to 625 kilos when this Mitsubishi is exercising its full towing capability. That's now been increased from 3.1 to 3.5 tonnes. So, as before, this L200 has one of the highest highest gross train weights in the pickup segment, 6,155 kilos. Under the bonnet, the new 2.3 litre diesel engine now uses AdBlue, and it features a stop and start system that makes it Euro 6D compliant, and it also makes it reasonably frugal and clean by segment standards. WLTP figures suggest that in a manual model, 32.1 mpg is possible on the combined cycle, and that's along with 231 grams per kilometre of CO2, or 29.7 mpg and 254 grams per kilometre for the automatic version. Service intervals are every 12,500 miles or every year. Insurance groups, they vary between 37E and 42E. There's a 5-year, 62,500 mile warranty, and you get 3 years of pan-European roadside assistance cover. In summary, you can see why so many pickup buyers choose this one, whether their need is to transport quad bikes and surfboards or hardcore and shovels. As before, it's tough, it can carry plenty, and it offers a wide range of choice. But now, it's that bit easier to live with too. All of which, more than ever, makes this Mitsubishi a vehicle that customers in this segment just can't ignore.